Hey people, it's Kelly of Print Pray Slay, and I have another episode of Cookies in Christ where I am going through my personal Bible study and giving you my notes from my chronological study Bible. So I am going to flip to where we left off, which was Numbers 20. So that means Genesis all the way through Numbers 20 is already loaded on YouTube. If you want to give it a try and check out the previous videos, please do so, especially where we kind of started this new flow from Numbers 15. So if you want to check that out, the videos are top-down table view of my notes in my Bible, nice short and sweet Bible study review. And again, today we're going to go into Numbers 20. So this is when my heart broke in Numbers 20. All right, so I do have a Bible journal process video, and I will show you how I journaled about this particular scripture in my journaling Bible, along with, you're going to have to see the other one because they're like side by side. We'll see if we'll get to that note today or if we'll get to the other note later, but just let's dive right into it. So it says right here, like, this is the beginning of the fourth section of this particular part of my study Bible. And just to give you like a little understanding of what is going on, it says the new generation, the 40 years of wandering was coming to an end, and a generation of Israelites were growing to adulthood and preparing themselves to finally enter the promised land. Miriam and Aaron died, and God led the nation in a series of military victories over nations that were opposed to seeing Israel move into the area permanently. All right, so they're almost to the promised land. They're like right there, moving into the situation. Off jump on Numbers, like in Numbers 1, Miriam is buried. So Miriam dies and was buried in Numbers 20, verse 1. And then we move into, and just to recap, Miriam is Moses's sister. Okay, so there's Miriam, there's Aaron, and there's Moses. You already see here that it says that Moses will perish as well, but he is not in that situation as of right now. So after the water purification that we went over with the red heifer and how people were getting purified and renewed, we have this situation where there was no water for the people to drink. And they started to rebel against Moses and Aaron again. Okay, like this is like a reoccurring thing. Every time somebody gets upset, they're like, Moses, Aaron. All right. So the people blamed Moses and talked about how, what did they say? If only we had died in the Lord's presence with our brothers. So the congregation was getting very, very upset when they don't have something that they feel like they need. All right. God will provide. He provided the manna. He provided the escape from Egypt, all of the things. But right now they're worried about water. So Moses and Aaron turned away from the people and went to the entrance of the tabernacle, and they're talking to God. And God says to Moses, you and Aaron must take the staff and assemble. I'm so sorry. Sorry about the pups. And assemble the entire community. As the people watched and speak, speak to the rock over there, and it will pour out its water. You will provide enough water from the rock to satisfy the entire community and their livestock. So they did as they were told. They took the staff from the place where it was kept before the Lord. Then stuff started getting different. Like if you can see this big old word right here, it says disobedience. So Moses and Aaron, they go up to the people, and Moses shouts, listen, you rebels, must we bring you water from this rock? Then Moses raises his hand and struck the rock twice with the staff, and water gushed out the rock. So the entire community and their livestock drank and were filled. All right, so if you missed what just happened, God said, speak. Moses took physical action and hit the rock, and he did it in anger. And when he said, must we bring you water from this rock? We as in Moses and Aaron, not Moses and God. And even Moses and God isn't even good because it's not Moses at all. It's just God. God is doing this through Moses. And so it's almost like he took anger and he took credit for the act that was happening, which is a miracle to get water out of a rock. Like, don't nothing liquidy of water substance for you to consume comes out of a rock for the most part. I haven't hit every rock, but I'm just believing that most rocks are not going to provide you water. And so this was a miracle, and Moses took credit for it, and he did such an act in anger. So the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, because you did not trust, and I underline trust, me with enough to demonstrate my holiness to the people of Israel, you will not lead them into the land I am giving them. What? You will not lead them into the land I'm giving them. Moses been with them since it's all of this. That's Moses, all of that. And so I have a post-it note here that just says, I can't believe that after all of the moments Moses and Aaron shared with God, it came down to one act of disobedience. They are no longer trusting God, and the Lord took their action and really punished them for it. So just to foretell, I guess you can see here, death of Aaron. Aaron didn't make it in either. But Moses does have a ways to go. He does have some things and he needs to complete. But I was really, really sad when I read this, and it says disobedience. I said, when we go against God, we show distrust. Okay, it says, because you did not trust me enough to demonstrate my holiness to the people of Israel, you will not lead them into the land I'm giving them. So I'm just reading my notes now, and it says, being filled with anger and frustration, Moses acted against God. This was a hefty price to pay. All the other people were able to do something wrong and then redeem themselves, not in a sense of they just got away with it, but Moses came to their rescue most of the time, right? Nobody stepped in and was like, hold on a minute. I think when you were talking to God, I heard him say that you were supposed to speak to the rock. Don't hit it. There was nobody really there to intervene as Moses has done for the people when they have messed up. And Aaron as well. He has intervened. They've sacrificed right before to stop plagues. They've prayed to God multiple times, and things have stopped happening that were on the downside for these people. And then they make this mistake, not even a mistake, because I don't know if it was purposeful or mistake, but they make a bad decision and it cost them greatly. So although Aaron didn't hit the rock, he was still punished because he was part of the leadership, collective failure to honor God. All right. Because that was one of my questions. I was like, okay, so, I know Moses said we, but was Aaron like, yeah? Or was Aaron like, I ain't condone this, or I wasn't with this? But they are package deal. So guilty by association, collective failure as leadership type of thing. And I just thought that was really, really, really sad. So I made, a lot of notes and highlights on that. Let me see down here what the study note says. This goes into where I got the note of Moses taking credit when he shouted, must we bring water to the rock, water from this rock? Moses was the leader and the model for the entire nation, and for him to go against this was like a great downfall. By striking a rock, Moses disobeyed God's direct command and dishonored God in the presence of his people. Disrespectful. Okay, so those are my notes. I did want to show you, like I said, my Bible journal page numbers. Hopefully you saw all the process videos for these too. All right, so again, there's a process video where I go through my notes on this particular theme that happened in the Bible. Moses strikes the rock. I underlined everything. Disobedience, lack of faith, that's all included in the kit, along with this image of Moses and this image of Moses, these two cards, and this one. As you can see, I kind of shrunk it because my Bible was super tiny. I left the words the same size. disobedience, lack of faith. Honestly, it just spilled over into this side of the Bible, to be honest, when we talk about this part. So lack of faith definitely is relatable over here. But I was just talking about how Moses worked hard the whole time. And he took credit for the miracle that was provided by God, and it cost him greatly. And that Aaron was guilty as well. It's just, like I said, I believed that when I read this, it was just a super sad occasion of a reading in the Bible. And I hope that we can learn from this situation, because some people only remember the bad thing that you did. And it's not to discount all of the great that you did. Just like it didn't discount all of the great things that Moses did. Moses is still going to meet God and heaven. But it's just, he didn't get to where his destination was. So we may never, if we can take that and apply it to us, we may never get to where God has for us if we don't trust him. Like, how can he lead you if you don't trust him? So as simple as this was, like, oh, he just hit a rock, like, that's no big deal. It's a big deal to God. Like, think about that. When you do things that you may not think is a big deal, it doesn't matter what we think. What does God say about what we're doing? All right. So that was my notes for Numbers 21 through 13. Of course, we will continue on, and I will give you my notes for the rest of this chapter, in which, if you saw the other page of my journaling Bible, I have a Bible journaling entry for that as well. All right. Thank you so much. I hope that you all got something out of my study notes. I hope that you go and study on your own as well. Again, I use the Bible recap. I use ChatGPT. Of course, there's Googling different blogs. Bible Project. My study Bible is a Life Application Chronological Study Bible. And then, of course, I read other things, like when I see notes on other YouTube videos, or from you guys when I read your comments down below. So don't forget to comment down below if you have something to share, or just a comment that'll be encouraging. I hope that you really, really like this study, and that you stay with me on this journey as I try to get like to this part of the Bible. Like when we get up, well, not the index, but when we get all up in here, this gonna be good. Okay, this gonna be, I can't wait to like flip through all of this. I think I should do a flip through of, like, I've done multiple flip throughs of different books, but maybe I'll do a quick one on Instagram. Do y'all follow me on Instagram? If you don't follow me on Instagram, please do so. It is at Print Pray Slay. I might do my flip through over there and in a YouTube Shorts. All right. Bye-bye.